with colleagues, which we did in our Scope Biofuels project, a relative simple but robust estimate, which assumed that in 2030, 10% of the global demand for gasoline and diesel were to be provided by first generation of biofuels. And they came up with 100 to 500 million hectares, depending on the type of crop and technology used. Now, have in mind that this would be new land. Either the hectare is such, or for that hectare, cropland area must have been, say, converted from a savanna or a grassland or something else. So there must be land conversion. Now, what about the greenhouse balance? So the 10% biofuels need to substitute for the fossil emission of 0.8 gigatons CO2. Depending on the technology, these first generation could substitute without land use change 20 to 90%. That would be that order of magnitude. But the land use change in the year 2030 would be in the range of 0.7 to 1.8 gigatons, addition to that. So you have to combine these figures and compare that with that, and then it becomes clear that until 2030, there is a high risk of additional greenhouse gas emissions to that use of up to 10% first generation of biofuels. We have to keep this in mind. Now, many people think that the European Union as a whole is self-sufficient and even a net exporter. And those colleagues are looking at the economic trade balances. And when doing so, they are right, because the price of our exports is higher than the price of our imports. But in physical terms, it's quite the opposite. We are net importers. So what we did in Wuppertal is we accounted for the imports and exports in terms of the land actually used in these countries, supplying us and the area which we use for supplying others. And the result is that we are net exporters of about 30 million hectares. Now, one can